This video will serve as a summary for AWS Billing and Support Services. First, we start with AWS Organizations. AWS Organizations is an account management service that lets you consolidate multiple AWS accounts into an organization that you create and centrally manage. By using AWS Organizations, you can centrally manage policies across multiple AWS accounts. You can also govern access to AWS services, resources, and regions. You can also automate AWS account creation and management. And finally, you can consolidate billing across multiple AWS accounts. Next, we discuss consolidated billing. Consolidated billing is a billing option that allows you to get a single invoice for your expenses from multiple AWS accounts. You should understand that consolidated billing is not a stand-alone service. It's just a feature that you can use in AWS Organization. Next, we discuss AWS TCO Calculator. AWS TCO Calculator is a total cost of ownership calculator that you can use to calculate your expenses of migrating your on-premises data center applications and servers to the AWS cloud. TCO makes it easy to estimate your savings when comparing the cloud to an on-premises environment. Next, we discuss AWS Cost Explorer. AWS Cost Explorer helps you visualize your cost, analyze your spendings, and it can even predict your future costs and usage. Next, we discuss AWS Trusted Advisor. The AWS Trusted Advisor is a service that gives you proactive recommendations to optimize your AWS environment so that you can reduce your cost, increase performance, improve security, and achieve fault tolerance. Next, we discuss AWS pricing models. First, we have the pay-as-you-go model, that is, you only pay for what you use. Then, we have the save when you reserve model. For example, you can save money when you reserve EC2 instances for 1 or 3 years. Last but not least, we have the pay less by using more model. That is, you can get volume-based discounts and realize important savings as your usage increases. It's like going to the supermarket and seeing a discount offer if you buy 4 bars of chocolate for the price of 3. Amazing, huh? Next, we discuss AWS support plans. First, we have the basic support plan. With basic support, you get 24/7 access to customer service, online documentation, and support forums. However, you get no technical support, 0. Then we have the developer support plan. With developer support, you get 24/7 access to customer service, online documentation, and support forums. You also get business hours access to technical support via email only, and you get general architectural guidance if you need it. Then we have the business support plan. With business support, you get 24/7 access to customer service, online documentation, and support forums. You also get 24/7 access to technical support via email, chat, and phone. And you get contextual architectural guidance to your use cases. Finally, we have the enterprise support plan. With enterprise support, you get a very quick response to your trouble tickets, and you also get detailed reviews and architectural guidance. Next, we discuss AWS white papers. AWS white papers is a collection of technical documentation authored by AWS and the AWS community. AWS white papers include technical guides, reference material, and architecture diagrams. Next, we discuss AWS Service Documentation. As the name suggests, AWS Service Documentation is a collection of tutorials, guides, and manuals that describes how to use each of AWS services. And finally, we discuss the shared responsibility model. The shared responsibility model highlights the fact that security and compliance is a shared responsibility between the customer and AWS. AWS is responsible for the physical security of its data centers, network infrastructure, and its core services, including all the compute, storage, database, and network services. On the other hand, the customer is responsible for things like OS configuration, firewall config, and customer data. So in summary, AWS is responsible for security of the cloud, while the customer is responsible for security in the cloud. And this concludes our summary. Ciao!